From Wichita Falls to Paris, from Atoka, Oklahoma to the Dallas area, Texoma has a thriving music scene. Revolving around country rock and blues, the singer-songwriters of the Texoma area reach into the outlying geographic enclaves here and there around the country. It's a scene of music that is defined more by geography than it is a sound and encompasses all the facets of the music scene on either side of the border. Denison, Texas is the hub of this music region, and it's music-friendly in so many ways. Long-standing tradition and musical families spanning generations are the hallmark of this area. Denison is also one of the first 20 cities in the state of Texas to be designated a music-friendly city by the state. My name is Ann House, and I'm a singer here in the Texoma area. We're live casting from beautiful downtown Denison at the Podcast on Main studio. This is Open Mic with Ann House. And there's the yell. See, I told you about the yell, didn't I?
You were right.
We're playing.
Welcome to Open Mic with Ann House. My name is Ann House, and we are here in the Podcast on Main studio. That's a part of Split Window Productions at the corner of Main and Burnett in beautiful downtown Denison. Although you can't really see the beautiful because it's dark.
Yeah.
It's dark.
Thanks, Daylight Savings Time.
I know. Thanks, Daylight Savings Time for that.
Not a fan.
You know, I'm not either. You know why? Because invariably on the days when we spring forward, I had to sing on that Sunday, which means I had to be up an extra hour early anyways. And then I lose an hour's worth of sleep and have to stand up in the choir loft at whatever church I'm singing at. And I'm a soprano, so those sounds have to come out of your head just the right way. Otherwise, it sounds like an owl screeching things. Yeah.
There's an old Native American proverb about only a fool believes you can cut a foot off the top of a blanket and sew it to the bottom of a blanket and have a longer blanket.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know. Oh, my gosh. So tonight we have, normally we do musicians, right? It's a music thing, but community is community. And Jeremy is a part of both sides of this, right? So we have Jerry. No.
No, both. Okay.
That is not what I
Said
meant.
I swing both ways is what I...
We're going to...
Off to a roaring start.
The problem is
Thank
I can't bleep out video.
Okay. I know where to look
that's
when
really
I'm saying...
Yes.
No, but thank you for saying that.
But
Please
anyways, we have Jeremy McGurk, who is, well, I mean, he's a staple. Him and his shirtless act.
Sometimes, yeah.
Over at whatever open mic he happens to decide to come to. And we have Ruby Quinn.
Yes.
Now, tell us, because I may not have it right.
I am at Southeastern Oklahoma State University, so I'm just over the Red River, but I come over here a great deal. I started out my teaching career in the arts in Denison, so it's near and dear to my heart.
Well, how spiffy.
I taught 6th, 7th, and 8th grade at B. McDaniel Middle School.
Wow, my husband went there. Probably not when you taught.
It's been a hot minute.
Yeah,
but
I'm sure.
He was a little 6th grader or 7th.
I was a 7th grader,
Seventh
but I
grader.
think that was your first year.
My first year teaching.
Yeah,
And we
wow.
kept
So,
in touch.
What do you teach?
I taught theater arts then, but now I teach acting and directing and playwriting eventually next semester. This is my first year at Southeastern, so that's where I went to college, undergraduate college, and then I came back and became part of the faculty this year.
Did they talk you
Congratulations.
into doing the playwriting, or was that your idea?
That was my idea, and
That's
luckily they wanted it because I really love
Yeah, that
playwriting.
is so great.
I hope it really takes off because I'd love to do original work, and the kids want to do like comedy nights, and so I may have to
Like stand-up comedy?
Yes,
That's another way to get me
Improv
back
or
in school.
something.
I swear.
Yes.
Yeah, no kidding.
They're very much into anything that's TikTok, and so they try to tell me their sense of humor, which I don't get.
Doesn't always translate, does it?
No, but I trust them. They say, "See, look at all the likes. and
See the
things."
views? Yes. How many times it's
Really?
been looked at? And we have Carissa Hodge, who works with Jeremy
Yep.
with the Sherman Community Players, among other things, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So tonight we're going to talk a little bit about how that enters into the entertainment community, how all of this works together. Now, I know Jeremy, right? Because Jeremy comes, he sings at open mics that I sing at. I know that he's an actor. So what's your take on all this, Ruby and Carissa?
My take is music.
Not on Jeremy necessarily.
Oh,
We love Jeremy, but not
I love him.
necessarily
I
on
get your
Jeremy.
take on him too, but I think it goes hand in hand, especially music and theater. And so, like half the things that we do, we have to work with. Well, we get to work with musicians and music people. And in fact, I'm doing a musical next, the Percy Jackson musical. So
Percy Jackson. How
Percy
interesting.
Jackson. Yeah, the kids are excited about it, and
Yeah?
it's nice to do shows in which the students are actually the age that they're of the characters, and they identify with it a little bit more.
Yeah. Oh, I can definitely see that.
And you can only do Oklahoma and Sound of Music just so many times.
Yes.
Enough, I say, enough.
I mean, I love them, but it's nice to do new things too.
Yeah.
Do, re, mi, fa, sol, la, ti, do.
Good job. Nice.
I remember listening to Sound of Music. I love musicals. I tell you, I am waiting for this upcoming Friday.
Yes.
Wicked.
Oh, yeah.
It hits the theaters.
I was trying to look that up to see when it's coming out.
It comes out on the 22nd. Although you can get early showings of it on, I think, the 20th or 21st, if you really want. But I love musicals, obviously, and I've been do a deer, a female deer. You know, I think I could probably sing all of that if I really wanted to. And are musicals as popular as they used to be? I remember a time when you could not throw a stick without hitting one.
I don't know, actually. I mean, I would like to say that they still are, just because what a loss if they're not, quite
Yeah,
frankly.
no kidding.
I mean, you've got the acting side of things where that alone can evoke such, deep feelings, which is what acting is supposed to do, really good acting and good playwriting and all of that. And then you have music, which also is supposed to invoke these deep feelings and thoughts. And you put both of those together, and man, there are some brilliant musicals out there that,
Yeah?
I mean, for a while, I think even theater kind of died off for a little bit, but it's making a comeback, which I'm so grateful for, because I think more than anything, our youth need it.
I
Even
would have to agree with that.
even in smaller communities, if you pick the right musical, people are going to show up. Like they did Rocky Horror a couple of years ago.
Oh man.
Oh, I can see
Sold
that.
out midnight shows, and I mean it was fantastic. And I've always been kind of a purist. There aren't a lot of musicals that I'm just crazy about.
Right?
But the only reason I'm back in the music scene is because they announced they were doing Full Monty, and that was on my list. And the day I heard that, we were doing a show together.
Yep.
And I went home and started singing in the garage about 3 hours a night. And then I started coming out to see you guys. And then I hope
And
we
then-
kind of killed it like rock stars in that show. But I wouldn't have found you guys again probably if it wasn't for
You don't
them
think
announcing
so?
a musical. It would have taken longer, that's for sure.
No, maybe. Maybe.
You know,
maybe.
I'm friendly with you guys, and my brother's
yeah.
been in the scene for a long time, but I wasn't coming out like
Yeah.
that. But once you went out and experienced it, yeah, I'm pretty hooked.
So, do you find it to be just as exhilarating being on center stage with people like Oliver and Josh and Kurt and all that as you do
And Lee.
being center and Lee and center stage? Those are, sorry, Oliver White, Josh Hansard, Kurt Connor, Lee Troncalli make up a majority of the, we call them the house band over at Kickbacks, because they are ever present and they play well together.
Nice.
So if you want to come up and sing like Jeremy does or like I do, and you don't play anything or something like that, which I don't, you have the benefit of the house band. Of course, you have to accept whatever they play. Right? So the description was we did Jolene in a funk nastiest
version of
I saw
Jolene.
that online. I was trying to click around to see if there was a recording of it because I really like the idea of my dog's name is Jolene.
Oh, how cute.
The idea of
Oris Pope, this is a call out to you, sir.
Love you,
Please
Oris.
post that video. He got all of it. Yeah, we get 3 songs, right?
Yeah.
And so he got all 3 of them. And I'm just waiting for it to get posted. Now, my husband got a little bit of, I think he got, I don't know, maybe 30 seconds of Jolene. And I haven't seen it. And because as with any stage, you have to deal with sound, the way the sound carries within the dwelling that you're in, as well as what you hear on stage, which is not always what they hear out there.
yeah.
And I have a voice that really carries. And so I was concerned because the way the sound setup was that my voice wasn't going to be heard, which is unusual. My voice is always heard, right? Ask him.
Half the time I tell her not to use a mic.
He's not wrong. He is not wrong. So, I mean, I guess that's why I'm curious about musicals, because to me that would put together, and I wish I could do things like that. I have, as I'm sure you noticed, mobility issues. And so standing for long periods of time, i.e. anything more than 10 minutes, is a problem for me.
Sure.
Otherwise, I would come out and audition for any musical that could use a long-haired gray lady. But
For me, a big part of the difference is by the time a show opens, we probably rehearsed 4, 5, 6 weeks, right?
For a
Yeah.
musical, yeah.
These guys go up there, and you're just trusting. Like half the songs I do, I've
You're
never
right.
done before,
it is
and that is
trusting.
a different kind of adrenaline rush. But they're similar, you know.
Oh, God, that would
But
drive me nuts.
just like with music and like doing songs, I don't want to be a star when I'm in a play. I want to tell a story and kind of disappear and be part of that story. You know, I get no satisfaction out of the accolades or the big applause. It doesn't suck, but it's not why I'm there anymore.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Is that
You're
the
there
same
to
for
take
you?
off your shirt.
Pretty much.
Sometimes.
Well, yeah.
You know,
Don't look at my face.
Is it the same
mentioned-
for you?
well, I've got a funny story because you mentioned the Rocky Horror and selling out shows. I like to take a little bit of credit for that because of my wardrobe malfunction.
No.
Let me tell you.
She was wearing about as much as I do.
Oh, wow.
On
Okay.
accident.
So I
Were
played
you-
Magenta.
Yes, I was going to
And then
ask, were you playing Magenta?
Magenta usually plays also a character called the Usherette, which is
Yes.
the one who comes out in the very beginning and the very end and sings the song, the famous song. Well, I had to quickly at the end of the play change from my costume as Magenta into the Usherette dress, and I had to, that means I had to put my hair up. Of course, my hair was wild and crazy, and so you got to put that up in a bun real quick, and then get back out in order to do your song. And I had this little candy box or cigarette box or whatever it was, and I walked out, and in the front row, there was this girl, this unmistakable sound of you know that something is wrong. She goes, "Oh." Instantly, my brain was like, scan the body. What is?
Hey, put your back in. Crazy.
And it was. It was. Oh my gosh. I looked down. What had happened is I had put my dress on so quickly, and it had a strap, but then it also had straps that came off of the shoulder. And I had missed the strap up here on top of the shoulder. So it was a sweetheart design. I just quickly took it off, put it right back on, and that had slipped down. And
Hello,
walked
sweetheart.
out. And one of my friend's 14-year-old sons was sitting front row, and he made dead eyes contact with me.
Oh, my God.
Oh, no.
Well, at least he met your eyes.
Well, eventually.
Once she was clothed again, basically. No.
So the Rocky Horror Picture Show movie, right, had it got an R rating because there was a hole in Magenta's shirt.
Oh.
That when she pulled it down became a wardrobe malfunction.
So you were just
So you were
staying
just doing
true
I
to
was,
the character.
You were staying true to the character,
Didn't
you know?
even know it.
You knew it somewhere.
I did. Subliminally, subconsciously, it was there. Magenta took over.
I guess so. Oh my gosh.
Did you do that? Did you do Rocky?
I did not.
He did not, but he should have. We're all mad about it.
So what would you have played?
Oh.
What would you audition for?
Absolutely.
Frankenfurter.
Frankenfurter. Yeah.
Frankenfurter,
Yeah.
of course.
Yeah,
I can see Matt doing that
I'm
one.
pretty diverse. I can still move all right for an old guy. And but yeah, I don't do a lot of. If I'm going to do a play anymore, listen, I'm a single dad. I got other stuff going on, and it has to be on my list, or they have to pay me decently well for it. That's a big time commitment when you're talking 15, 20
Yeah, it
hours
is.
a week.
Yeah, it is.
And then once the show opens, it slows down once the show opens, and yet you have no
Yeah.
weekend.
Yes.
You know, so during rehearsal you have no week.
Yep.
Yeah.
During the
it's-
run, you have no weekend.
It's the same when it comes to like full singing gigs too.
Yep.
You have no weekends because that's when you're working, and during the week you're just getting ready for the weekends when you're working. You know, so it can be a challenge.
Yeah.
It can be
Yeah.
a challenge across the board, right?
And
So-
as you continue to do those things, you no longer want to do it for a donut.
Yeah. Yeah.
for a donut. Yeah, that's an interesting way of putting it. But yes, you're right.
Well, and you know, when COVID began, I had actually started a little group that I had tried to get going. And I say when COVID began, it was right before. And COVID wrecked it. But I had a nice group of people
you
gathered
did.
together, that were on board, ready to do like a combine SNL with Carol Burnett, like variety show,
Oh, that would've been
comedy.
cool.
Oh, man. I had big ideas, and I should probably still. That reminds me, I should probably go get those
They're
people
coming
back
back.
together.
You
Yeah.
probably
You know I'm
should.
still
are
around
coming
for
back.
that.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You really should. And I know that we were talking about this out there. Split Window has a LED screen that is it's huge. It's
yeah, the green
absolutely
screen.
huge. Yeah, and you could put anything on it. Any sort of backdrop that you could possibly want, can go up there. And we had talked with Cody Spangler Miller and Matt Blackshear about doing just that, some sort of variety type thing, music, comedy, skits, like the Carol Burnett show, right? Only better, dare I say that?
I know. She's my absolute idol. I love her.
She is. I mean, she's an absolutely wonderful performer. I love watching. Even today, I love watching the old Carol Burnett show clips that come across my feed. It's just.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, it's just really something else to watch. Watch
yeah.
these consummate professionals do this. I remember watching her on a clip with Dolly Parton, and it's just her face can. It's like you were asking him, does he have the Joe Cocker face? Somebody needs to find out who has the Carol Burnett face.
Yeah.
Because that thing it's got to be rubber.
Rubber.
It's got to be rubber. You know.
I think Jim Carrey was the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Truly.
No, you're right. You're right. Jim Carrey was the next one. He really was. What is your favorite musical? And why?
Oh man.
I love. There's The Color Purple became a
Beautiful
musical.
one. Yes, it
and
did.
The music is stunning. The gospel in it. I was lucky enough to see it a couple of times. Each time it felt like it was like going to church. It was
Yeah.
mixing all the wonderful things about music and church and gospel and theater, and just tears streaming down my face with all the just gorgeous voices.
Yeah.
I do love that one.
Yeah.
The film came out, and there's something about it live.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Always.
Well, wouldn't you automatically say that though? I mean, I'm waiting for Wicked to come out this upcoming weekend.
Oh, that's right.
Because I can't go and see it
Right.
live.
Yes.
Right. I would much rather go and see it live.
Sure.
There really is just something about it's as much the music as it is anything else. And man, am I going to have to not sing in that theater? But yeah, there's just something about seeing it live, whether it's a play, a musical, which is a play, but still, What about
Yeah.
you, Jeremy? What is your favorite musical?
First of all, I bet you wouldn't be the only person singing along.
I'm
in
pretty
that
sure
theater.
I wouldn't, but I'm going to try not to.
I've heard all the music from Wicked, and I'm excited. My favorite other musical that I've never seen and know every song to is The Book of Mormon.
Oh gosh,
It's
Really?
outrageous.
it is. It's
Yeah.
great.
Same guys that wrote South Park, but it won like a
Oh,
8 to 10 Tony Awards
Mm-hmm.
or something. Yeah.
did it really? Wow.
But my absolute favorite is The Full Monty.
Yeah.
Well,
That's
yeah,
the only reason I
should,
did it.
I should never have even
And
asked.
it's
you know,
if you want to know why, it's because if there is such a thing, it's a man's musical. I mean, there's graphic language, there's rock and roll music, there's ballads, there's these guys have been laid off, and it's just really human to be a musical.
Right.
And then you get the payoff at the end. So
Right.
Was it at the Sherman? Was it at Sherman?
it was.
it was. It
How
was.
did the audience feel?
I think it was a little bit of a shock, actually. I said that like I was
I
shocked
see-
to say that, but no, I don't know that our
I
little
see
community
that.
was quite ready for
I
it.
guess maybe some people need to know in the full Monty means the men are showing or
They're nude
They're supposed to be
at the
nude,
end.
yeah.
Yeah.
But
They made us wear a little
oh
cover
you
up.
had to oh
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll be honest with you. If they'd have told me that when I auditioned, because we were about 2 weeks in before they made that clear, I don't think I would have auditioned. Because I don't know. I mean,
Do you
it
think
fits the
other-
whole theme of the.
Do you think other actors, other men who were in the same troupe as you were, who were in that production, felt the same way?
All of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is surprising because a lot of them you wouldn't think that about. But once you invest in these characters, I think what I wrote about it was by the time you get to the end, you've already seen their heart, their soul, their dreams, their ambitions, their struggles. And at that point, it's just skin. Because they really do take you on an emotional journey. Each one of those.
they each had a story that
Yeah.
was just pulled on your heartstrings, yeah.
What was the reason that they gave?
We're Sherman Community Theater. I'm surprised. I'm surprised they let us drop.
it all?
They let me
Yeah.
drop about 24 F-bombs, and
Yeah.
that was a big change
And
for them.
a 12-year-old said
Yeah, I said it.
the F word
Yeah.
on stage. That was the first time that's a first for our
Wow.
little
So,
community.
but I'm currently the leader in the clubhouse for swearing on the Sherman Community Players stage.
Why does that not surprise me?
Well, I had to. I didn't even have to twist their arm for that one. I was really proud of them for even mounting it, regardless of the ending. Yeah, so
Yeah.
it's
you
very
can
progressive
cuss
for
but
here.
just don't show your
That's right.
stuff.
You can say all day, just don't whip out or the.
God.
Yeah, fine. The 12-year-old can say nobody's listening, really.
Good to know.
They make these little bitty wooden, they look like bombs, got the letter F on them.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
need
funny.
a whole bowl of those
Yes.
things.
Yep.
What is your favorite musical and why?
I have probably a couple. I think one of my favorites, and it's so simple, but it's because it's just such a wholesome show, is Mary Paul Amnesia's Country Western Jamboree. And
Oh. Have you performed it?
I did. I played Mary Paul Amnesia.
I was about to say that you-
It was fantastic.
Does it
and-
come from the cast of Nonsense?
Yes.
Yeah, is that a nonsense
It's a
spin-off?
nonsense
Yeah.
show, yeah.
Okay.
Such a great show, just because, like I said, it's so wholesome. And then, again, I played in a musical called Winter Wonderettes. It's a Christmas show. Great. Again, like you get to know all four of these characters, and I played Cindy Lou, and she had kind of the hardest past of all the four girls, and she was the only one that got like a song of her own, and she got to sing, and you really got to see this girl kind of break down. And she doesn't really like Christmas, and you find out why, and and then all of her cohorts find out why, and it's a great show too, great for the family, and like anybody can go to it, and there's a little improv and stuff that both shows have a little bit of improv that you go out into the audience and you do some things, and that's always a thrill. That's always
Yeah.
super fun.
Right. So if somebody wanted to be a part of the acting community in the area, what would you suggest? Where should somebody start?
Well, first of
Anywhere.
all, there are so many ways to be part of that. If you want to help community theater, I mean, the month leading up to the show, they're doing set builds, they're doing costumes,
Yep.
they're doing props, they're
They
doing lighting
always
design,
need helpers. They
and
always need volunteers.
but if you want to act, just go down there and audition. I think the next ones are in about a month, December 16th,
and
17th.
17th for Moon Over Buffalo. Yeah,
Yeah.
Do they put it on their website, I imagine?
they do. Yeah,
Good.
and on their Facebook page.
Good.
But yeah, they can show up. I mean, they don't even have to be announced. Just
Yeah, you can
show
paint.
up. And, yeah,
You show up at 10 o'clock on a Saturday, and there's going to be
there's-
some people there
Yep.
Right.
putting something together.
they'll give you a
'Cause
hammer.
a lot of people, if they're not involved, they don't understand how much goes into
Right.
putting up something like this, with building it, painting it, lighting it, costumes,
We've been still
makeup.
building the set the day.
Yeah.
The day that we open a show.
Yes, don't lean on the wall.
Yeah.
Yeah, fresh
all
paint.
over you.
Yeah. It
Final
happens.
touches. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. And are tickets usually pretty reasonable in cost?
I don't. They charge
some
more.
people
They
will
charge more
ask.
than I would have.
Right.
But I mean, it seems to work a lot of times.
How much were the tickets for the show that you just finished?
$10.
See, that's reasonable.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
That's
That's
what
that's
I
the
was-
cover that we paid to get into Kickbacks the
Oh,
other
yeah.
day, right? That was the I mean, a cover. Okay, so if you go to Dallas and you go to one of the big playhouses, I remember going to them as a child. I don't remember the names. I'll be perfectly
Sure.
honest and tell you. Your tickets are going to run what? 50, 60 bucks
In the balcony, yeah.
in the balcony.
Yeah.
Right? And then you've got to pay for parking and
Floor
you've got
level, I think you easily can
Yeah.
go to $150 to $200 now.
Wow.
A lot of it is because the big splashy, all the spectacle, and they have to cover all the
Actor salaries and all
royalties,
that.
salaries.
Oh, royalties. yeah.
especially with a musical, the royalties can get ridiculous.
That can
really
get
fast.
expensive.
So
Yes,
you have to
Well,
do a
and-
little math, like that theater seats a
200.
limited
Right.
amount.
Like 211 or
Two,
210.
yeah.
Something
Yeah,
like
it's a
that.
lovely, intimate place, but you have to think how much were the royalties
Right.
and all that stuff.
Well, and not only that, I feel like the quality of work that you're getting out of a community theater, it's worth every penny that you pay for it, because we have such talent
Yeah.
right here. I mean, when I very first found because I was in plays and stuff. I grew up acting from the time I was 4, and then I took a little break, raised my family, came back to acting in 2015 and auditioned for Cat on a Hot Tin Roof, and I got the part of Maggie. And that just tailspinned into me continuing to do shows back to back to back to back. And every single time I found new people that I was like, where did you come from? Where have you been? Like they're just so talented.
This area has just an absolutely phenomenal amount of talent in it.
Kind of an
Musical
embarrassment of
talent,
riches for
acting
how
talent.
small our
I mean,
community
yeah,
is. It's-
right. So the focus for this show is from Atoka to Longabout Fairview, and from Paris to Gainesville. So within that area, everybody has. I'm telling you, this place just has so much talent in it that never gets seen anywhere else.
Well, here's
Ever.
here's another hack for you. If you can't foot $20-25 a ticket for this show, every show, not just during the process building up to it, every show they take 4 or 6 volunteers to seat people, to usher,
Yep.
to work concessions,
Yep.
to work box office, and you volunteer to do that, and they let you.
You get to
have
see
You get
seats.
to watch the show.
Oh, yeah, it's a
See,
great
now
way.
that's a great way to do
So
it.
you can go on their website and look for their volunteer page, and I guarantee you, once they get you in there, you'll probably be coming back in
Oh yeah.
several
get
different
hooked?
capacities.
think
Oh,
you'll
yeah.
get hooked.
Yep.
And these days, a ticket, I mean, it's the same as a gallon of milk. So
Yeah, it seems that way, doesn't it? I mean, so we're looking at what it costs here in the area to support local people, where you're probably going to get, if not as good as, probably better performances than you would going to. I mean, I hesitate to say going down to AT&T Center down there for a large player or whatever. And I encouraging people to do something local is hard, And I've never understood why. I would much rather come and listen to a local musician than I would rather go down and, now part of that's because I'm stingy and I don't want to pay for tickets, but even going up to Choctaw Casino and I went up and listened to Lady A, free ticket, a friend of mine gave it to me. I would have had more fun coming down to Iron Horse or Ivanhoe, even for that matter, and listening to the music there, because it might be somebody I know, and B, it's just more fun.
Yeah.
Economics is a very tricky conversation right now. And a
is.
lot of people don't have much income to. And one reason, maybe I didn't make a hell of a lot of money at Theater Denison. We didn't have a brick and mortar thing, so we were traveling around doing shows at different venues. And I said, just get your butt in the seat and we'll take a donation
Yep.
Yeah.
at the door, just whatever
See?
you can. And some people gave $5, some people didn't give us anything. A couple of business owners gave us checks for $300 and $500 bucks and wanted to support what we did. But I just want butts in seats,
Yeah.
and whatever makes that easier. I know it's kind of a pipe dream, but
It is. But you know what? It's a worthwhile one. It is a worthwhile one. So it's about time. We have, wow, it's been a great time. I have enjoyed talking
Thank
with
you.
everybody here.
I have enjoyed it.
Y'all hang out for a little bit. We've got nothing special coming up.
What?
what the
I want to push the button.
kind of special though? Come here. I told you could sit over here.
I know, right? No, seriously, Nothing Special is a local band made up of people from some of these other bands. For example, Nathan Ridiger, who is the drummer for Victoria Lemons, and
Also wonderful.
yeah, so they're going to come in here in a little bit and we're going to talk to them about their music and see because they're going to be playing at Red Rock on Saturday, I guess it is.
Yeah, opening for the train wreck,
They're
I believe.
opening for the.
So it sounds like
the
they
train
are
wreck.
something special.
They are something special.
special.
They
Name's so
really are,
ironic.
but they call themselves Nothing Special. So
It's very humble.
what can I
I
say?
think one of their tags was ordinary music for ordinary people.
Yes,
Clever.
as a matter of fact, it is ordinary music for ordinary people. All right. So, Chris, if you would be so kind as to run that lovely little thing for Courtney's benefit. All right. So there were some pictures. Tina Taylor of TNT she's an avid photographer, and she took a whole bunch of pictures of, people at the benefit, and I shamelessly hijacked all of them and stuck them in a presentation so that we could, because I'm really proud of Kickbacks for supporting their employee the way they are. They provided a place for the benefit. They did all the advertising for it. All of the staff, all the servers, donated all their tips.
Wow.
All the servers
Nice.
did. Bartender, everything. And
And
Kickbacks is matching what was raised,
Oh.
It's fantastic.
which I think is pretty fantastic. This is what community means, and I'm very grateful to be a part of this community, and I am just basically floored.
I want to say I love you, Courtney, and thanks to all the musicians. That was awesome.
Oh, here comes my baby. Yes, come here, baby. So I have a friend. Hi, come here.
Oh my
This is Penelope.
goodness.
Penelope is our little mascot. She doesn't like wearing clothes.
Too bad.
Yeah,
Just like Jeremy.
she
I
has
can
to wear
relate.
a harness. She has to wear a harness. She's about the nicest Chihuahua that you'll ever run across.
Yes.
She doesn't bark at people too much. She does bark at the cats.
Oh, yes. they
She's not a
deserve it.
shaker. Like
Not really.
yeah, she's
not
not
really.
a trembler.
She's 10. She is 10 now.
Oh.
And a friend of mine who is a comic strip artist, his name is Ed Chase, and he writes a comic strip called House Rules, RULZ. He did a, look at those ears. He did a piece with Penelope on the strip, getting tangled up in the microphone cables and all that sort of good jazz. So, yes. All right. Let's go ahead and roll that, and we'll get everybody switched out.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for
So
having
much
us.
for coming in. I really
was a blast.
appreciate
My
it.
pleasure. It's
And
wonderful.
I really appreciate your understanding about the timing.
Not a problem.
All's well.
There we go. He has to yell every time. Every time.
I like it. Yes,
you know?
it adds character.
It does.
So tonight we have 2 guest sets, right? This is really kind of interesting for me because this is the only time I've ever had to do this. And I am actually really glad because it gives me an idea of what can be done further on down the road. And I'm really thrilled about that.
That's awesome.
So once again, my name is Ann House. Welcome to Open Mic with Ann House. We are here in beautiful downtown Denison at the Podcast on Main Studios that is a part of Split Windows Productions.
Very beautiful.
It is lovely. It is, I mean, downtown Denison's a really pretty place. They actually have won awards for being a very lovely downtown place.
That's not surprising.
They are a music-friendly community, which is a designation by the state of Texas. They are one of the first 20 communities in the state to gather to be designated a music-friendly community. There was a lot of hoops that they had to go through with the state in order to get that. So they really worked. This is not something you just go, hey, yep, we're a music-friendly community. This is what there's paperwork and there's databases that you have to set up and there's meetings and it's.
Yeah, I never knew anything about that. I just attempt to play the stuff. Yeah.
Excuse me. So tonight, our second half is nothing special.
Nothing special.
Now,
Hello.
everybody says that there's something just wrong about saying something like that. There's nothing special, right? But in this case, Nothing Special is the name of a band.
Yes.
Nathan, and I always say your last name wrong. It's
Everybody
Reinecker.
does. Reinecker.
Reinecker, see? I told you. And Cage.
Yep. Cage Cunningham.
Cage Cunningham. Okay, so sorry
And
about
we
that.
have a missing member as well.
Yeah, I noticed that. There's
Shout
supposed
out
to be 3 of you.
To Jay Harden,
Number 10.
Right.
number 10.
Number 2. Does he play football or something, or is this something else?
His name is Jay, and it's the 10th letter of the alphabet.
Ah, I see.
He's
Okay.
my number 10.
Yeah. So why the name Nothing Special? I understand the tagline, ordinary music for ordinary people, but that doesn't make it not special. So
Well-
why did you choose that name?
I like.
It was really his idea.
I've had that
Why
name.
does that not surprise me?
I've had that name in mind for a long time for a project. Mainly kind of as like a tongue-in-cheek thing.
Right.
You know, you nothing special. You get up there.
Yeah.
If you do good, they're like, oh,
Yeah, but
that
you
was-
forget I've heard you play. So
yes, that's
Weren't
true.
you in a high school group that was named very similarly? It was Less Than
Less
Stellar.
than stellar.
Yeah.
It's kind of an offshoot of that. There's a theme with
like
these
it.
names.
I'm sensing a theme here.
There is.
I am sensing a
And
theme here.
it also protects you if you do really poorly.
Yeah, hey.
We warned you. We're nothing special.
We're all Steven Stills style. Like, did we suck? Level with me. Did we suck?
Yeah.
So how would you describe your music? Because y'all are fairly new
Very
on the
new.
scene here. I know that you've got your opening for the Trainwreck. I swear, the Trainwreck.
Very
At-
excellent musicians. By
They
the way.
really are excellent musicians, but have you ever really sat down and just talked with them?
I've talked with
I haven't
Josh
a whole lot.
quite a few times,
Yeah.
yeah. Not with the other guys so much, though.
Oh my God. I love them dearly, but their name is apt. Anyways, y'all are
Very
playing,
apt.
y'all are opening for them at the Red Rock Saloon this coming Saturday.
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Now, what time will y'all start?
9 p.m., I believe.
Okay. And so they'll pull in right after, so to speak, right?
Yep.
Okay.
It goes 9 to midnight.
Oh my God.
Long night.
That's a long night, yeah. So,
I'm just glad we don't have to follow them again.
oh,
Yeah.
yeah, see, there is that. Yeah, I can certainly see that because they are good.
They
No,
are
they
quite
are
good.
Oh my God, yes.
Very,
they are.
very good.
They're very good. We listened to them over at Kickbacks the other day when they were playing. Yeah, it had all 3 of them. All 3 of them on stage. They were all playing. It was nice. It was really because I love Kurt. He was in a Fleetwood Mac cover band for 5 years.
Really?
So pretty much anything I want to sing from Fleetwood Mac, he can play.
That's awesome.
That's
That's
fantastic.
fun. Yeah.
This is cool.
Yeah.
I'm like thrilled about this.
You don't happen to know if they're working on anything themselves, do you?
Yeah, they are.
They're working on some originals?
Yeah.
That sounds very, very intriguing.
I don't know that they're doing a whole lot, but I know that Kurt actually has a full album of his own out.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, he's a talented songwriter. He really is. He was a part of the NTSC, the competition that they did over there. He actually was in the finals, so obviously,
Yeah.
definitely
Yeah, no, it,
know?
it doesn't surprise me with Kurt, honestly.
yeah. And he produced it all himself. I remember him telling me that I was annoying the crap out of him because he was busy, and I'm like, Kurt. So, yeah. So describe your music. Would you describe your music?
We have a lot of punk influence in there, for sure.
Right.
We grew up listening to, the mid-'90s, early 2000s pop punk. And
Blink
then,
182, Green
Punk.
Day.
yeah,
So what the hell is pop punk?
Blink 182, Green Day,
Oh,
The
okay.
Offspring,
All right.
Yeah.
that kind of branch. And then as I got older myself, I got into more of the old school style of punk, Dead Kennedys, Black Flag, Fugazi. So kind of a
Two
lot
of those names
that.
I know.
Yes, they're fantastic bands. And I myself have
People
a lot.
like us.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I myself have a lot of indie rock and alternative influences as well. A lot thanks to, Victoria. Playing with her a lot introduced me to that realm of music. So I kind of fuse those together.
Right.
So there's both extremes. You got really fast and heavy, and then sometimes you slow it down, you get some really nice mellow. I would say blanket, alternative.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's a good way to put it,
Yeah.
honestly.
Or we could put 15 hyphens in a name and make it really obnoxious.
Do you have something to play for us this evening?
Oh yeah,
We do have a few
we
songs
have some-
lined out.
Some
All
stuff
right. Well, let's
lined up.
grab the guitars and let's do
We're
one.
just jumping in. Let's
Yeah,
go.
we're just going to
Okay.
jump right on in.
All right.
While they're getting all set up, I'm going to make a quick rundown on some of the open mics that are available in the area for you to go to, right? I just got word. We had been afraid that one of the open mics that is in the area was going to close down. But it turns out that they are not. They're doing well, and they're going to continue playing. So,
Iron Post?
yeah, they're going to continue going.
I
Right?
heard they
I
were
just
gonna-
saw a post
okay.
on that.
Cool.
All right, so we have the Horses Axe on Monday. It's at Main Street, on Main Street in Denison, just down the way. That's run by Tim Rogers. On Tuesday, tonight, we have the Green Growler and Josh Benson, and we have Oliver White at the Iron Post in Sherman. On Wednesday, church happens at Kickback's Backyard on Armstrong. And from 8 p.m. till midnight at Coyote Bumper Club in Sherman, the host, John the Revelator and Tim Rogers. Thursday, sometimes there's something going on Thursday, right? We had one that was on hiatus, and I think it's going to stay on hiatus, but I'm not sure yet. But from 8 p.m. to midnight, Coyote Club in Denison has John the Rev out there. And on Thursday, between 7 and 10 at the Red Barn in Durant. Now, they don't have a standard who is leading this, who's herding all the cats. It shows, goes through different people. There's also a monthly schedule. On the fourth Friday of the month, Hitting the Street podcast, they do a pop-up open mic. Sometimes it's at Ash and Barrel. This time it's going to be at, Wig and Gavel? No, it's White Rabbit Cafe. And then on the first Sunday, Ramblin' Radio beginning at 5 o'clock at Guitars and Growlers in Richardson. And that host is Dave Kristen.
There really is an astounding amount of growing local
Yeah, there
music
is.
scene going on around here.
Yeah. Also, on the third Tuesday, the fourth Tuesday, I think it's the third Tuesday, Spaceship Earth. That's hosted by Jason Starkey. And
Okay.
that
Spaceship Earth.
Yeah, Spaceship Earth Coffee in, I want to say McAllister.
McAllister.
Anyways, if you go to my Open Mic with Ann House Facebook page, you can see a list, and I try to keep it updated. As a matter of fact, I'm sitting here looking at it. I'm going to have to go update it tonight. So what do you have for us tonight?
We have a couple of originals
Hey,
that we have
even
been
better.
working on, and one cover that we've been
Just for
doing.
you.
You know that? Oh, you're so sweet. Covers. We don't have problems with covers because of the platforms that we play on. So you're good.
Awesome.
Cool.
Let's do
Sweet.
it.
Good news.
All right. Will these mics pick up both?
Sort of.
Okay.
Sort of.
You might want to tilt your microphone down just not that much. Otherwise, they're not going to hear your voice.
Okay.
All right, there you go.
Okay. Start with losing control.
You start with that one?
Let's do it.
So this will be interesting. Punk music played acoustically.
Yeah. So we're playing some of our more mellow songs right
Okay.
now.
Yeah.
Our more hard ones, you'll might just have to come out and see those.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we had that experience last week with Heath Thomas, from the grave, came out and did acoustically the kind of music, the metal music that they play.
Oh,
And that's-
Interesting.
That's interesting. And it was
is
really
interesting.
good. It was really good. So let's hear it.
Okay. He's going to be playing the drums on his guitar.
For this first one.
Okay.
This one is an original. stop trying, I'm getting bored. Left a piece of me somewhere back there. What a chore. Paid in blood, and this is what you gave me. I want more.
But it's never enough, and I can't be satisfied. A little bit of company and a little bit of time.
Baby, it's just bad luck. Baby, I'm just too fucked up.
Come on, I'm losing my mind, trying to reach you.
I will never fall in line. I'd rather get left behind. And I'm losing control. I've missed before a few times, and I'm walking up that hill to hear a vacant whisper, 'cause your voice, it gives me chills. All or nothing, this is what it's come to. I'm not here for you. Making progress on a pointless maybe, but this time I'd like others.
When will it be enough, and will I be satisfied? A little bit of company, but it's never enough time.
Baby, it's just bad luck. Baby, I'm just too fucked up.
Come on, I'm losing my mind, trying to reach you.
I will never fall in line. I'd rather get left behind. And I'm losing control.
Very nice. Where is it?
Thank you. Thank you.
Hey, at least I did. Right?
A little pro would be
So-
appropriate.
It would have been a little appropriate.
How does I know that you? How does it translate to acoustic? Do you find that it's a difficult transition from playing electronic to moving to an acoustic for the same songs?
It really depends on what the song is and how the feel of it overall is. Because for that one, you know, I play and sing everything exactly how I do for the distorted, faster version.
Right.
So I didn't really have to change anything a whole lot, just kind of slow it down just a hair. And
Right.
that was about it for that one. But there are songs, you know, the harder ones, faster ones maybe that have a bunch of different chord changes and everything that you have to slow down and figure out how to
Right.
transition properly into a slower song.
So, what was the songwriting process like for you guys? Who's the songwriter? Is it collaborative or is it an individual?
Very collaborative.
Very much
Okay.
collaborative.
Cool.
So one
Now,
of
collaborative
us,
songwriting is hard.
one of us will have an idea, or for this song specifically, he wrote all of the words pretty quickly.
Pretty
I
quickly.
think. And then he brought it to me and our other band member, and we just kind of sat with it for a few weeks. Each time we came, we added more to it, fleshed out the song structure a bit more,
Right.
and eventually, it just came into what it is now. I prefer actually collaborative songwriting myself. I find that I think too much about the track. If I'm
Same.
by myself, a lot
Okay.
of judgment there, and it's good to get other people's perspective,
Right.
so you just get out of your own head.
Fresh set of ears is always helpful.
Right.
And you might do things you never thought you would have done before.
Yeah. No, that's true. That's absolutely true. I started looking at some Misfits songs.
Misfits songs are great. We do quite a few covers of the Misfits,
you?
but
Oh, my account is Tim Rogers will love you forever.
He should, I think he'll probably catch one of them.
yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
you should. It'd be great.
I think he might come down there Saturday. I'm not sure. I
Be
just,
cool.
he's obviously his own person. He has to figure out his own scheduling, and so
Everybody should come out Saturday.
I may do that. I'm,
If you missed the one at the Coyote Club that Trainwreck did on
I did.
October 26th,
I did. I
they
was
put
so
on
pleased.
a hell of a party.
did
Those
they?
guys
So-
are a lot of fun to see.
They
A
are.
lot
They
of
are.
fun.
You
They
will be missing out, I will say.
They were a
Yeah.
lot of fun on the show too. So it was definitely weird.
Kurt-
Remember, I don't know if you heard, they make these little wooden bombs with the letter F on them.
F-bombs.
I need a bowl. I need a bowl full of these things for almost all of my shows. And that show in particular, I don't know if you know who Matt Blackshear is, but that man cannot go without using the F-bomb every other sentence.
Look, I'm surprised I haven't used it if I haven't
Hey.
already on here. I'm pretty
But
bad about it.
when the train wreck was in here, it was just really not suited for children.
Is that when that button was introduced?
Yeah, the beeper
I think that's
button.
when we got the button. Yeah, that's one of the reasons. That and Matt, between those two, this is why we have button. But still, the nice thing about the platform that we're on, though, is it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
And I was raised by Marine. I can hear anything.
Oh, perfect. Perfect.
So, what else do you have? I want to make sure we get all your songs in tonight since it's a little short.
No worries. I think we'll break it up with a cover. This one is a David Bowie / Nirvana. Nirvana covered it and got really popular.
Right.
But David Bowie is the originator. I hope we can do it justice because it's a beautiful song.
You
Okay.
can.
We'll see.
You
I'm
can.
sure. I
All
have
right.
faith.
We passed upon the stair and spoke of was and when, although I wasn't there. He said I was his friend, which came as a surprise. I spoke into his eyes. I thought you died alone a long, long time ago. Oh no, not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. I laughed and shook made my way back home. I searched for foaming land. For years and years around, I gazed a gazeless stare. We walked a million hills. I thought you died alone a long, long time ago. Oh no, not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world. Oh no, not me. I never lost control. Your face to face with the man who sold the world.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So why did you choose that song? What about that song said, I mean, aside from the fact that Nirvana did it.
Well,
No, seriously, you have to, when you look at covers, excuse me, that other artists do, you have to look at the song as a whole. So you have to also have to look at who, look at who put it out originally. So what about this song kind of made you go, whee?
I love the chord progression of the song.
Right.
And the dark atmosphere of it. Those are the types of
very dark song.
chord progressions and soundscapes that I really like. More of the minor, kind of odd sounding. And I don't know. It was just, I've only been singing for probably about 6 or 7 months now. And that was one that I just kind of landed on. I'm like, I hum along to this in my free time.
Right.
I like the song. Might as well try and do it.
Yeah, we're both new to singing as of this year.
Oh, are you really?
Yeah.
Wow. What an exciting adventure you have in front of you.
Oh, I believe.
It has made me have a lot of respect for singers and songwriters.
Yeah.
A lot more than I, obviously previously did, but just the difficulty of that.
Some of it can be, yeah.
Your voice as an instrument, it's difficult. I don't
It's
know.
the
I don't know what
hardest
it is.
instrument there is, I think.
Yeah?
Yeah, because
Why do you think that?
I can play anything, and I pick up a saxophone, hand me a new instrument, the French horn, show me like 1 or 2 things on it, and I'll look the rest of it up and learn it, no problem. I'll be a French horn player by the end of the week, but I can't be a singer by the end of the week. It's so much harder.
So what do you find hard about it? See, this is interesting because I am a singer, so I'm curious what it's like on the other side, coming from the instrumentalist, learning to sing.
There's nothing physical that you can put your hands on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
it's physical, clearly, you're using your vocal cords, but it's also abstract, very heavily abstract, because you can't, if you're out of pitch, you can't just tune your string.
That's true.
Your voice and, something about, the tone and the quality. If you want a different tone for a guitar, just change a volume knob, change the setting on your amp. Your voice, you have to figure out, where am I placing it in my mouth? What am I, where is it coming from?
Dynamics are weird.
Is my support there?
Yeah.
It's all very different.
Yes, it is. It is very different. And for those of us who've been singing forever, I'm not sure I could explain how different it is.
A lot of
You know what I'm
singers that I've
saying?
asked, like, so how do you
Makes
do it?
sense.
They're like, I don't know. Like, I can't help you. My wife, she's a singer, and I
Right.
asked her because I've asked her for feedback. I say,
Sure.
does this sound like? Is it this one? No, that was the wrong button. What button is it?
Which one?
The bleep.
We could try that one.
That one's actually.
Yeah. No,
It's like
sound
I
just
ask
like
her,
that.
does it sound like shit?
Just like that.
And she'll be like, I mean, I don't know what to tell you as far as feedback goes because you know people who just can do it, you know,
Right.
it's different.
Being able to just sing like that, like, I'm so jealous. It doesn't make sense. People who are able to just do that are very gifted, because singing is a
Yeah.
very hard thing to do.
I find it extremely easy, but then again, I've been doing it for a really long time.
You're also really gifted.
Very much. I appreciate that.
I feel like anything that someone does not know how to do, they view the other person as gifted.
See, and because anybody can learn to sing, I firmly believe that anybody can learn to sing.
Working on it.
All right. My dad could not carry a tune in a bucket, but that's because he never really learned to do it. Right. I've never had that problem because the way physiologically my vocal bands and everything, I'm built to sing. That's just the long and the short of it, right? So, yeah, it's kind of weird to get that other side of it. So thank you for that. I really appreciate that. Not the you're really gifted. It's the being able to see the flip side.
Yeah,
Right.
you're like being let in on what it's
Kinda.
like to be over here.
Well, see, now you guys understand what it's like for those of us who sing to try and play chords,
Absolutely.
right?
Yeah.
Because when you sing, you don't think in chords. You think you've got linear thing going on because you've got a melody line that you're following.
That
And the
makes
only
sense.
way you think in chords is if you're in a group that deals in harmonies.
Harmonies.
Right? And so, get into a choir and then you start thinking in chords, but only marginally because you're still only singing
One piece of that chord.
Right. One piece of that chord, and the other piece is not something that you control in any way, shape,
Wouldn't that be
form, or
crazy?
fashion.
Make the whole chord with your own voice.
There are people who can do it. Some monks in Southeast Asia have been able to do some similar things.
That's crazy.
At best, two sounds at the same time. I don't know how they do it. I honest to God don't.
Don't ask me.
I have researched the physiology and everything, and I'm going, nope, don't see it. Don't see it.
doesn't
Don't know
make
how that
sense. It
happens.
just doesn't
Yeah.
make sense.
But they do. They do. So we got time for one more. You got one more for us?
Uno mas. I
Uno
do.
mas.
Another original.
Okay.
This one is not completely done, but and we will get as far as we can with it.
We've practiced it approximately like one time before this.
Well, that ought to be interesting. So can I say that anybody who wants to provide feedback for you can?
Absolutely.
Okay,
yeah,
so-
good or bad, lay it on us. Did
All
we
right.
level with me?
You
Did we suck?
can reach You can reach Nothing Special by going to Facebook and looking up Nothing Special. Now, don't look up Nothing Special Band. You'll get one out of Ontario.
Yeah.
But if you look up Nothing Special, you can find them. Just make sure that you look for when you see the credits, the image that's there for them, you got to look for that
Yeah.
one.
You'll see
So you can
me,
find it.
you'll see that guy, and then you'll see 10.
Well, it's kind of hard to see a couple of y'all because your face is covered.
With lots of hair, I assume.
Yeah, there's a lot of hair. But then
I don't have any
again,
hair.
there's a lot of hair.
Yeah. And Instagram.
On Instagram, okay.
It is actually Nothing Special Band.
All right, see?
A little confusing, but
A little bit, but that's okay. And you're going to get the website up.
eventually I will get the website up. I bought the domain a little prematurely.
Let me know if you need help with that. I can help with that.
If there's any crazy social media influencers watching, we need help.
There you go. So, a request for assistance has been made, ladies and gentlemen.
SOS, please.
Yeah, SOS. We suck at this.
All right. We'll get started.
What is it called?
This one, I don't even
Have not
know.
gotten a name
I don't
for it
have a
yet.
name.
Oh
That's
my
we
gosh.
are in progress.
The no-name song. All
Halfway
right,
was
let's do it.
expecting a title to come out just now.
I'll think of one by the end of this.
All right, let's
Okay.
do it.
Every time it feels right, I know we gotta go. And every day feels so strange. Now we're here, we're so close. I want you. Ooh, I want you. Every time it feels right, I know we gotta go. And every day feels so strange. Now we're here, we're so close. Ooh, I want you. Ooh, I want you. Another time, another moment, another love too scared to show it. Letting go is easier than letting in. Another heart, another headache, waiting for another mistake. Letting go is all I want to do. This time I'll get it right, so I won't feel so low. Every day stays the same. Now we're here, we're so close. I want you. Ooh, I want you.
It's actually
Nope, that's not right.
no.
That's right. That's right.
Are you sure? Level with me now.
No, I really like that song. That one is one. That's one that I would sing, right?
Nice.
So yes, I really
Appreciate
like that
that.
one song.
Thank you.
That
He
one-
wrote most of it.
Did you? Have you decided on a name?
He wrote everything up to.
It's called.
What is it called?
It's called "I'm Sorry for That Falsetto."
Oh my god!
You know,
Not yet, then, huh?
not yet. No, I think
Okay.
that'll come.
I'm
But-
looking forward to hearing what it's going. Probably not that. I'm looking forward to what you come up with because that one. I like that one. I really. do.
I just was playing around with the guitar riff in my bedroom, and I was like, I think I want to keep this. Recorded it, and I've just slowly over the months been adding
Adding
little
bits and
pieces to it.
Yeah.
Because some of them just come real quick, and then some of them it's like it eludes you for some reason.
I get that feeling also. Trust me. Especially because I don't play anything, so writing songs for me is a little bit, I guess, backwards. You know, I can get the lyrics done most of the time, and then I have to go, okay, so what do I hear in my head? What do I hear in my head?
Yeah, I do it the exact opposite. Yeah.
Exactly the exact opposite.
So try this. This is what works for me. Go on a long car drive and let everybody else sleep in the car. That's when all the music comes. I swear to God.
Interesting.
When you're driving and you
That's when it
cannot
starts reaching
do
into
anything.
you.
Yeah, when you can't do anything. You can barely have time to pull out your phone and record something before, you've got to go around something that's dead in the road. It's a challenge. It's fun. So, do both of you guys have history in music? I mean, when I say that, I mean, is it something that's family? Did you grow up in music?
My grandfather, we lived with him a lot on and off when we lived in California. Moved here about, at this point, like 14 years ago. It's been here a long time.
Oh, my.
Yeah, but he had a big music room that that was a garage.
Wow.
We turned the garage into a studio room. Drums, congas, bongos, guitar amps, vocal amps, everything.
How cool.
He had everything. And I remember going down there as a little kid. He would let me play around with the instruments. And so there was that. It was really my grandpa. He was the main one for me. He bought me a guitar when I was like 9 and had no interest yet in playing.
Yeah.
So it sat in a closet until we moved out here, and I got grounded for doing some illicit substances as a minor, and I was really bored.
tell.
Yeah. Don't smoke pot, kids. It's too young.
You are on the wrong show for that one.
It's the wrong kind of lettuce.
But so I got that guitar out of storage and just started sitting in my room and playing it,
Right?
being all angsty, learning pop punk songs.
Look at me, dude. You could tell I would never.
No, you'd never.
No.
I
Never
would
ever.
never.
Not even once.
That's diabolical.
Diabolical.
What about you?
Well, honestly, the first thing I can remember is my stepdad, the guy who raised me. He brought home a guitar one time from a pawn shop, and he played like this much of. And that right there, just hearing him do that, I called it fiddle-o. I was like, he played the fiddle-o song. Fiddle-o. Fiddle-o.
Right?
So that's one big memory from my childhood is remember seeing him bring home the guitar and then learn a Metallica song, which is, Metallica's been a big thing in my family forever.
I can certainly see that.
Seeing him play that Metallica song on the guitar just like blew my little mind. Just blew it all over
Did
the
it?
place. So they bought me a guitar, and then my real father, he bought me a guitar, and I just kept learning on every one of them. I'd go back and forth, learn on this one, learn on this one, learn on this one, learn on this one.
Right?
Eventually, I got into more of the music side of everything, and I started playing saxophone. I started playing bass guitar.
Saxophone.
My mom bought me a drum set
Oh.
from her now husband. Hey, Travis.
My goodness, she was brave. Boy, was she brave.
Yeah, no, they would let me play that thing. I shit you not. I don't understand how. For hours, I would be playing, just numbing everybody's ears in the house with cymbals, just whoosh, as loud as I could for hours. And they're in there trying to watch a movie or something, just not even saying anything. Is that support? I think that's the maximum level of support right there.
I think that's for a drummer, and correct me if I'm wrong, drummer, if this is the maximum level of support that most parents are going to give.
When I was in my parents' house, I could play for 30 minutes a day while my my stepmom was out of the house.
Oh my
And then when she got back, I was like, all right, fun time's over.
That's it. We're done.
Yeah.
That's your allowance too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, maximum support for sure.
That's yes, I would say that's maximum support. It's like listening to a singer do scales. Lulu, 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 Lulu. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on because you got to warm up. If you don't warm up, you can't sing. And that is the...
I want to be just like that guy when I grow up. He is so cool. I cannot get that guy out of my mind. I'm honestly really
he goes
glad.
down my street
I'm
at
so
4
glad he
o'clock
did
in the
that.
morning.
Do you know him personally?
No, he just sounds the same, damn it.
It's probably him. I don't know.
No,
That guy was way too cool.
There's somebody, and then along about 8 o'clock in the morning, there's somebody who has this really thumping bass in their car, and I can hear it inside my house. It vibrates my windows.
I'm wondering who's getting up for work like.
You gotta get pumped for the morning
You
morning commute.
must. You really must. I was like, that's
sounds
a
like
little
the-
too much.
That sounds like a good way to start the morning, honestly, for that guy at least.
I'm hoping it's good for him because for me it's just coffee and I'm okay with that. You know what I mean? So
I do know what you mean.
local guys, support local, right? We all say it, and we all just don't even really think about doing that, right? Until it comes around to local music. You can spend $400 by going to get tickets to something out of town. You're going to have to stay overnight. You have to buy food, gas, park your car, all that. And you're going to spend anywhere from $400 to $1,000 for that. At the low end, that $400 you could bring here to this community. You can go see a play for $10, $25. You can go to a local music venue and listen to the performing artist that is there, stand-up comedy, music, whatever, and spend $50 max,
Yeah.
right? And that's with throwing something in their tip bucket.
Yeah, in the tips, yeah.
Right. You can buy a drink. You can buy appetizers. You can buy dinner. You can, go all out and take your significant other and go, let's go paint the town red. And, I mean, the level of talent here,
I see.
the level of talent here surpasses the level of talent that I have seen in most other places. We've lived in Virginia, we've lived in Ohio, we've lived in Oklahoma, Texas. We've been several places. You've been to California. When you support your local, and this is one thing I always say, when you support your local musicians, that's how they get to be national musicians.
Uh-huh.
Absolutely.
Right? So help the people here become the people out there. Okay?
Texoma has got a really cool scene, I think.
They do.
We really do.
Been quite a few places.
Over the month of October, we played with a couple lineups that had, like 5 or 6 bands on it. I've seen some of my favorite artists that I've ever heard,
Right.
at those shows. Got like 200 followers. And I'm like, how? These
Yeah.
people, very incredibly talented.
People who should be selling out stadiums, in our eyes.
I know what you mean. Here's the other thing. Local podcasts bring you this information. They bring you this music. So there's a few local podcasts, right? There's Hitting the Streets podcast. Shelley's great. I love her to death. Just love her. And not just because she had me on her show. No, seriously. She's got this really upbeat personality that shows all over the place, right? She runs a local podcast. Hitting the Streets is a really good one. Go listen to it. You can find it on Spotify.
Hitting the streets.
You can find mine. Mine is a live cast, and it's pretty much everywhere except for Spotify, although my first season is up there. And I'm in the process of getting the rest of them up there. It's a challenge, I promise. There's not that many music podcasts in the area. So if you want to continue to have good content, you have to help those podcasters. Contact the podcasters, contact the musicians, sponsor them. Find some way to do that. I have a Patreon page. It is www.patreon.com/Open Mic with Ann House, all one word. It runs on.
All three
No
of us are
dashes.
accepting sponsors, by the way.
All 3 of us are accepting sponsorship. Go to Facebook, like and subscribe at YouTube. follow on Facebook, because the more you follow, the more people look at it and say, ooh, okay, that's an advertising opportunity for me. Facebook has stars. If you send stars, stars turn into money. Money turns into more episodes.
Look
Who'd
at
have
that.
thought, right?
Now there's a cycle.
There is. Musicians can get stars too. Send stars to musicians.
All
to
I've
show
gotten
them
is
you like.
demerits.
Oh, well, what can I say, dude? Go to my website, annhousemusic.com. There is a literal icon of a tip jar that you can support with using Venmo.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I know, right?
I like that.
See? Tip jar,
See?
right? Get a QR
Yeah,
code.
point at 'em.
Put a tip thing on it, whatever.
That has something I've been thinking about.
See?
Tip jar.
Oh yes,
Canva.
that's exactly what I've been thinking about. That is.
And you can get them made big. I had this made locally, right? I did the artwork on Canva. It has a QR code creator.
Where'd
You
you
can
get
do
the
it all.
stand?
Huh?
Did you get the stand there too?
It came
Cool.
with it. Right?
Very cool.
Very
Support
cool.
local. Find a way to support the entertainment in your area. Even if the entertainment is not my show, go out and support the local entertainment by going to
Right.
the venues. Check out the folks there. Do what you can. Don't leave it just to the musicians, because they will support each other. Y'all go out and support them too.
Oh, absolutely.
All right? Once you
I'm
get...
wearing local ski lodges. Shout
Yeah,
out
see?
local ski lodge.
Yeah.
I'm
Fantastic
wearing their
group.
shirt right now.
I like local
Fantastic
ski lodge.
band.
They're,
They are
they're
awesome.
actually, I'm not a big fan of metal, but I do like them. They're pretty cool. I know Corey Burkett, so
Corey,
Very
hell of a
cool
drummer.
guy.
he's a cool guy.
Hell of a drummer.
If there is anything you can do to help a local musician, to help a local art house, to help a local coffee shop. There's a new bookstore down the road. Help them.
Right.
Do something local, right? Tell them you want to have live music. The more people that tell them that, the more likely they are to have live music, which is pretty spiffy, right?
Love live music.
Open mics are the way for those people who want to try this out to go and do it. Support those also. Yes, you get a sticker and a coaster thingy for your car.
From Ann House Music.
And house music.
And I do
That
want
is
to
me.
say
Give a follow.
a thank you to you, Anne.
Oh, of course.
Were it not for you and me actually going on here with Victoria a few months ago, I did not know anything about the Denison scene. So
Really? Oh,
I had no idea.
cool.
So
Well, I'm glad that you knew now.
I'm very, very glad.
I would imagine this is a very vibrant, thriving scene. It's not going anywhere anytime soon, so you've
Good.
got plenty of opportunities here.
Good.
And I'm looking forward to hearing you guys. All
Awesome.
right.
Fun
Well,
fact, real
yep.
quick. He was actually in my very first band.
Oh boy, we're gonna talk about that.
I just have to bring it up since we're here.
Okay.
Actually, him and J10.
Yeah.
They were both my very first band, and it was just us three.
Nathaniel is wincing.
It's all right. He gets to cringe whenever he wants to.
Mainly at my hair.
Oh no!
Oh no!
Oh no!
Yeah, no.
Now
He
I have
was
to
wearing
go find a picture.
he was wearing Juggernaut's helmet. I mean, it's the best way to put it
Oh my gosh.
with his hair. But
We were called Morning Time Sessions.
Morning Time Sessions, our very first little band. I was in the
That's an
7th
interesting
grade.
name. I like that.
I was in the 7th grade, probably 12 years old.
Yeah.
We were in the 8th grade.
We all sucked. I'm gonna level with us.
Oh my gosh. Well, you have gotten better.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
thank you a bunch.
You have gotten better.
We'll challenge anybody out there who cares. Find a clip of that and
I am going to
Send it-
scour YouTube now.
send
if
it
you-
back.
If you find me a clip of Morning Time Sessions anywhere, I'll be so happy.
I will
I'll give
see
you
what
$20.
I'll
Woo!
write a
I'll
whole
give
new
you $20.
song just
All
about
right.
whoever finds it.
Okay, cool. All right, guys. Well, thank you again for coming on the show.
Thank
I
you.
really appreciate it.
Thank you for having
I'm
us.
glad that you guys could come. And good luck on Saturday.
Absolutely.
Thank
Hey,
you.
Thank you. Yeah.
You're welcome.
Hope
Thank
to
you,
see
yes.
you there. If not,
9 p.m., baby. Be there at the Red Rock.
9
the
p.m.
Red
at
Rock.
Red Rock Saloon.
if not to see us, come watch Trainwreck, dude. They are so good.
They are good.
Trainwreck will not let you down.
All right, Chris, the ending credits are on the thing. There we go.